Okay, gentlemen, so I'm going to redo the video for you guys. I'm just quickly going to show you how to do bridge in perspective. Alright, so I'm going to start off by just a vertical line. And like I said the previous time, make sure that your line is actually exactly vertical. Once you guys have done this, you decide whether you're going to be in the center, above or below the object. I'm going to do it above the object, and a nice way to do it is to take this distance and take it about once or twice the height above this thing. I'm just going to make it about double the height of the given line. I'm going to draw for myself a horizontal line here on my drawing. Make sure that it is in fact a horizontal line. Then I'm going to take this distance and I'm going to put it in there about 2 times that distance, roundabout. I'm going to put my one vanishing point on that side. I'm going to take this height, put it about once to the other side. Okay, gentlemen, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this in pen so it's a little bit more clear. I'm going to draw a line to that side, to the one vanishing point. I'm going to do another one there. I'm going to do one to the right hand side. And the important thing here is to make sure that you are accurately working towards that given vanishing point there. Okay, once you guys have done this, now you need to select a proper width and length for your bridge. And I'm going to work on a distance that does look okay to me. So this is all trial and error. So I'm going to see what looks good. This actually looks fine to me. So I'm going to go up to that width. Make sure your line is exactly vertical. And I'm going to do one on the other side. I'm going to work roundabout to this size. Once again, you have to check the proportions and see what works for you. Okay, now what I'm going to do is, the principle is, this is the starting line of my drawing, the edge of my bridge. Whatever's to the left of this given orange pen here is drawn to the right vanishing point, and whatever's to the right of this pen is drawn to the left vanishing point. Okay, so I'm going to draw the lines to the left of that line to the right vanishing point. There's the one. I'm going to do the bottom one as well. I'm also going to draw these 2 lines to the left vanishing point. Guys, and here you have to work accurately. Make sure that you're actually going to that point. Otherwise, you are going to find that your line at the back is not going to be a vertical line. In other words, then these 2 points are not going to be vertically aligned. So make sure that this line is nice and accurate. Okay, once I've done this, now I'm almost there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take 2 diagonal lines. I'm going to join the 2 corners. I'm just going to do this with a faint line, one on this side. Just going to make it on the video just a bit more clear. So I'm going to do it a little bit darker so that you guys can see it. I'm going to do another one across like this. And I'm going to keep it simple. This edge in the middle is where the middle in a perspective drawing would have been. Make sure that this line once again is vertical. You can line it up at the bottom of your page or with your ruler's edge at the top there. And I'm going to divide this now up in a vertical line. I just want to show you guys, once you've got this, then you can start completing your design. So I'm going to keep this simple. I decided before, and I'm just going to do a triangular bridge. And I'm going to do this maybe in another color so that it's nice and clear. So I'm just going to go and I'm going to join these 2 corners. I'm going to make a line there so that you guys can properly see it. I'm going to do another one there. So this all depends on whatever your design is. If you wanted more parts, you can subdivide this little block again with diagonal lines, and you can subdivide that one as well. You guys can check the handout that I gave with the steps. Then I'm going to go and take these given points to my left vanishing point. This now provides me with a point at the back, which is the corresponding edge there at the back. I am going to do this in a different color for clarity. So I'm going to do the one at the back. And there we go. And I'm going to do that same line here on this side to that corner there of the block. So like this one is running to the corner. Also going to put this one in. Okay, once you guys have done this, you're not too far away. So now I'm going to join these lines at the top. I'm going to put this one in. I'm going to add some thickness to it. I am going to put this one in here at the bottom, which is going to be the road surface of my bridge. I'm going to put that one in at the bottom. And guys, that's basically how to do it. There's still one line here at the back that we can still put in. I am going to do this one in, let's just do this one in normal pencil. So I'm going to do a line there. I'm going to make it slightly thicker that you guys can see it clearly. I'm going to do the same here at the front. Okay, you don't have to erase all the other lines. You can do it faintly so that it's not that visible. Guys, so now I still need to add in a vertical line at the back. So the easiest way to get this point at the back is to just draw a line straight to my vanishing point to where it cuts at the back. And I put in my vertical line there at the back, which was originally a black line. So I'm just going to put that in for you guys over there. Thank you. Okay, guys, and then the last thing is basically to go and now think, do I want some more triangulation in this? This is a very simple structure, it's a very simple bridge. So a way that you can easily acquire this is just by taking this given line and selecting any height or point on here. So I'm just going to select a point here where I like to have it. I'm going to take this to my right vanishing point and to my left vanishing point. And this now should give you guys another point, on that blue line. So I'm aiming for that vanishing point. I'm marking it off on the corresponding line at the back. Now I can decide, I can either do triangulation like this, or I can put in another vertical part there, whatever you want to do. And then I'm going to take the same 2 points to my opposite vanishing point. And where it cuts my green line, there's going to be a point. And where it cuts this one, I'm going to have another point there at the back. So where it cuts there, I have the same thing. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to put in some triangulation. So I'm going to draw a part there. I'm going to draw a line to this one, a strengthening part there, some triangulation in my structure. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm just going to draw a line there to that tip there. I'm going to do one to that point which I already marked off. Guys, and this is your structure. There's your whole bridge. So what you can do now is to make this a bit, put it more into like what it would look like in real life. You can now go and use your vanishing points and draw in the embankment of the river or of that canal where the water is running through. So you just select one point here on the edge there. I am going to draw a line. Okay, gentlemen, so I'm just going to quickly do the embankment of the river here. So I'm going to draw a line from that vanishing point all the way through to the bottom of the bridge. I'm going to take it to this side, and I can stop somewhere over here where I want. I'm going to do the same thing on that side. This is all by estimate. There's not a specific point. It must just look right. I'm going to put another one here, and I'm taking it below my structure so that it actually looks as if it's running in the back of this thing. I'm going to do the height of the water here as well, which will be round about here. I'm going to make that a bit more faint. Now what we're going to do is, this is where the water line would be. I'm just going to make it a bit like a squiggly line to show that this is where the water is going to be. You can also work in perspective. So from that vanishing point, I'm going to be coloring it in. Okay, gentlemen, so just lastly, I paused it there for a moment. So what I did is I just colored in from that vanishing point in that same line to get it to look properly. I did vertical, just some lines vertically here to show the embankment there. And I added some shadows there at the bottom. And now basically you can just add the ground part there, and I think this should give you a good idea. This is going to be a movable bridge, so we can do another part where we can actually show the movable part. If you want to add something, I'll do this in a moment to show how I can make a mechanism or something that can lift this structure up. I'll show that in a moment. Bye-bye. Okay, gentlemen, so the last thing that you can do is if you want to add, we can talk about the mechanism another time, but if you do want to add something to help to lift up the structure, we can extend these lines out. We don't have to do this now, but you can extend these lines further out, exactly like we did. We can do it out of our vanishing points. Okay, so you can extend this line also from your vanishing point. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to now work again from that vanishing point to just get like a line there, like a starting line there, but like look, I'm aiming from there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that as my base, and I am going to just add a line to that top there. So I'm going to have a line running up there. Like I said, this is optional. You don't have to do this. And I'm going to add another one just joining those two, and the only reason I'm doing this is just basically if I had a winding mechanism that would be pulling up the bridge, I'd probably anyhow would have placed those points closer to that side to give me a bit more mechanical advantage. But yeah, we can add something like this and just say, okay, we are going to have a rope running over here. And there could be like a pulley system over there. So this could like be like a bit of a pulley there. And you could have, if you are using a pulley system, you could have another pulley over there. And you could have like just a part connecting it to make it a bit more rigid. And yeah, and then basically we would probably have to add on something like this, we would need some just a bit of cross bracing there, so it might be a good idea to just add in for yourself a connection there and also a connection there to just make it a bit stronger. I'm just going to do that, and you can also use the same method I've used and draw it from there to the other side. But like I said, gentlemen, this is optional, but it would give you guys a good indication as to how this thing would work. So this black part over here is actually like a rope that has been wound up. So we're going to have a drum or winding mechanism down here. In other words, another pulley that is basically winding up this rope. And this could go, this could obviously be lowered into the ground, and you could have like the pulley down here below the structure, but then you'll need to have a slot here, which we could draw in here. This is just an example I'm doing to show, to make it a bit more practical for the guys who would like to make this thing themselves. So this could be like a part where the rope would pass through and the pulley winding mechanism or the motor is there at the bottom. I am going to do the same thing. Like, notice that I'm doing everything just to my vanishing points. I'm going to put it over there as well. I am going to put it through here as well through my vanishing point. I am going to have one over there. And now, like I've mentioned to you, this would be my rope, and my rope is passing over my pulley there at the top. It is running and it's basically attached to that corner there. I have got another one that's going up to the top here, and it is basically connected to that edge over there. So basically when I'm lifting it up, this is being pulled in and the motor is at the bottom, this is going to pull this part back. It's going to pull the rope back over these pulleys into it, and the winding mechanism obviously is going to be the winding drum would be here at the bottom. I'm just going to do it in a sort of a dotted line so that it does make a bit sense here. And obviously my ropes would be going around the pulleys here at the bottom. And obviously then the last thing that I want to mention here is that I can also go and I'm just going to color in the base of the bridge here that you can see which part is the physical bottom part of this bridge. And then what I'm going to do is this should be a movable pivotal point here. So this edge here is an edge that can actually pivot. So the whole bridge will pivot onto that part. So if you want to see it from the side, that would be the structure. Just a quick sketch here. And this would be the horizontal position with the rope passing over it. And in a vertical position it would be something like this. If it's basically lifted up, I would still have the rope there. It's passed over that thing into the ground, and there's my pivotal point that I am referring to. Okay, I hope you guys found this helpful, and I hope it helps you guys to make a proper structure and a proper bridge.